In this video, 5 easy exercises to train your CO2 tolerance while swimming. So we're not gonna freedive today, we're gonna swim, and we're gonna do it in a certain way to increase our tolerance to CO2. Coming up. What's up guys, CO2 tolerance training while swimming to eventually hold your breath longer. That's today's video. If you're new to this channel, my name is Gert Leroy, helping you master freediving. And honestly, when I started freediving, my life has simply changed for the better. Freediving gave me a space, a way to relax my mind and let go of all my tension. I have found my peace. And now I want you to find your peace through the practicing of freediving. So if you like the idea, consider subscribing and hit the notification bell. So a big misconception about CO2 tolerance training is that you have to do the typical freediving CO2 tables. There are so many other ways that you can breathe or restrict your breathing that will help you and create a higher level, higher tolerance to CO2. So if you simply breathe a little bit less than normal, you are already training CO2 tolerance. So in this video, we're going to talk about swimming exercises in which you're going to be mindful about your breathing and thus create a higher tolerance to higher levels of CO2. So before we start talking about the exercises, I want to make clear that you have to do this with a buddy. You always need a supervisor, someone who can watch you in case you would lose consciousness. This person can grab you and pull you out of the pool so you don't drown. The number one rule in freediving is to never dive alone, always dive with a buddy. Exercise number 1, freestyle while limiting the number of times you're breathing. So you're going to do normal freestyle, you're going to breathe every 2 strokes. So for instance, if you lift your right arm, you're going to breathe on the right side every 2 strokes. You're going to swim 100 meters and then rest. Rest as long as you need to feel good again to start another lap of 100 meters. Do this 10 times. So 10 times 100 meters with rest in between as long as you want. If that feels good, you can try completing the 100-meter lap, breathing every 3 strokes. So breathe on your first stroke, 2, 3, and then again. Breathe, 2, 3, and breathe. If you feel okay, I can try breathing every 4 strokes, then you go for it. If that would feel fine, then you try breathing every 5 strokes. Exercise number 2, freestyle while not breathing. So you're not gonna tilt your head to the left and the right to breathe. You're just gonna swim without breathing until you feel it's time to breathe again. And then you continue swimming freestyle with normal breathing. That might be every 2 strokes or every 3 strokes. It doesn't really matter, the way you are used to breathe while doing freestyle. So all of this in a lap of 100 meters. So you're gonna start by swimming freestyle without breathing. And then you continue with breathing in that same lap 100 meters. You rest as long as you need, and then again 10 times 100 meters. That's it for the day. Exercise number 3, the same but with breaststroke. Now this might be a little bit more difficult because when you breathe during breaststroke, it's of course another movement. You're gonna tilt your chest and your head out of the water to breathe. You're not gonna go to the left or the right like you did in freestyle. So how are we gonna do this? Swimming breaststroke underwater while obviously holding your breath. So in freediving we call this DNF, dynamic no fins. It's a specific technique. It's not exactly the same as breaststroke you do while surface swimming. So the legs are pretty much the same, but the arm stroke is quite different. Now for this video, this is not about freediving. We don't care. So I'm not going to explain you that. If you want to know how this different technique looks like, then please watch this video. I'll put the link in the description as well. But for this video, you don't need to know this. Just swim like you think you have to swim. Just normal breaststroke underwater, as good as it gets. And when you start feeling the urge to breathe, hey, I gotta breathe now, you come back up and you keep on swimming breaststroke, but this time with breathing of course, until you complete the 100-meter lap. You rest a bit until you feel good to go again. You do it again 10 times 100 meters. That's it for the day. Exercise number 4, again breaststroke. Alright, so now we're gonna swim normal breaststroke, but we're not gonna breathe all the time. So we're gonna breathe alternating. So when we come up, we breathe, go down, come up, and then we don't breathe. Go down, come up, and we breathe again. So breathe, no breathe, breathe, no breathe. Again 100 meters, again with enough rest in between. 10 times 100 meters. And then exercise number 5, freestyle sprint. Okay, now we're gonna do 25-meter sprint, or at least you're gonna swim faster as normal. So it doesn't have to be like a real sprint. If you're not used to this, then start in a moderate way, right? So swim a little faster as you can, and as you progress, as you become better, you can sprint. So this pool is obviously not 25 meters, so I'm just gonna pretend this is 25 meters, so I'm gonna stop my sprint at the end of the pool. I'm allowed to cheat because it's for the video, you're not. And then you rest again, a couple of minutes. minutes. Don't time it, just rest until you feel better, and you sprint again. And you do this 10 times, sprinting while holding your breath. Alright guys, if you have any questions about these exercises, then let me know in the comments. That's it. Peace in every breath.